Good morning and welcome to today's almost daily devotional. We are coming to you from the past. I've recorded a few of these devotionals to cover my maternity leave. So I'll still be joining you virtually from the past and being with you in my heart in the present. Today's devotion is from 1 Kings chapter 19, and it begins with the fourth verse. And it goes like this. Elijah went farther on into the desert, a day's journey. He finally sat down under a solitary broom bush. He longed for his own death. "It's more than enough, Lord. Take my life, because I'm no better than my ancestors." He lay down and slept under the solitary broom bush. Then suddenly a messenger tapped him and said to him, "Get up, eat something." Elijah opened his eyes and saw flatbread baked on glowing coal and a jar of water right by his head. He ate and drank and then went back to sleep. The Lord's messenger returned a second time and tapped him. "Get up," the messenger said. "Eat something, because you have a difficult road ahead of you." Elijah got up, ate and drank, and went refreshed by that food for 40 nights and 40 days until he arrived at Horeb, God's mountain. There he went into the cave and spent the night. This reminds me of the Snickers commercials, the "Are you not yourself when you're hungry," right? Or the "You're hangry" commercials, right? I've gotten hangry because I haven't eaten in a while. And with a newborn, we are experiencing a little bit of a hangry, I'm sure. And it's true, often what we need, most of all, what we need is a nap and some food. Elijah has had a difficult experience. He's just went up against the prophets of Baal in that famous scene with the altar where God sends the fire down and consumes the altar. And the prophets of Baal are defeated by God. But they're also terrified. They're terrified of this power that Elijah has, and so they drive him out into the wilderness. A long day, a day's journey, they said. And he was not prepared. He didn't have any food to take with him. He didn't prepare water jars. There's no camper for him to sleep in. And he just falls down and he goes to sleep. And when he wakes up, God has provided food. And so Elijah goes back to sleep. And God provides a little bit more food when he wakes up and sends him on to a place where he'll be safe. And often we try to just keep going through things. We don't stop after major events in our lives and recuperate. This fight against the battle of the prophets of Baal was a major life event for Elijah. And many of us are going to be experiencing major life events in the coming weeks, or have already. Going to college for the first time, maybe. Going back to school for many of our youngsters. The parents have that transition as well, or we've lost a loved one and are grieving. And we don't give ourselves the time often to really pause and appreciate the change for what it is. And so sometimes we just need to eat some food and take a nap and listen for God's voice. And that's not doing nothing. That's not being idle. That's not being lazy. I don't know. I think some of us have a fear of being lazy. It's just taking the time we need to process and to deal with the enormity of the life change we've experienced. And so when you find yourself getting overwhelmed, when you are going through a major life event, give yourself some grace. And maybe eat a Snickers bar or some ice cream, or go out to dinner with some friends. Don't stay there. Don't live there forever. But give yourself the time to really process and to understand. And then when you're ready, God will lead you out. God will lead you into the place where you can begin ministry again. And so we take the time to heal and to recuperate and to appreciate so that we can return back into ministry whole and healthy. May God bless.